What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. In today's video, I have a cool one because, if you're having a problem when you're driving your Fox Body and you're getting like shimmy on your steering wheel, it's like bouncing back and forth. It could be your lower control arm bushings on your front end or your front control arms. And so we're gonna be replacing those today with some Pro-Thane lower control arm bushings. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. There's a couple ways to do this, but there's an excellent write-up on Stangnet about how to get these things out and the best way to get these things out. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it that way, and we're gonna get right on into it. So you see my rubber bushings are horrible, and we're not gonna press these bushings out because we don't want to take it to a shop or whatever. This is the way we're going to do it. So we got to find a way to get these rubber bushings out. We don't want to burn them out because that is a pain in the butt. So what we're going to do is take a drill bit and drill around this, the housing, and then the housing should be able to just pop right out. So I'll show you what I mean. So at first this seems kind of sketchy, but it does work out pretty well. So what you do is you just take your bit and you walk it around. So as you saw, the center sections just walk right out. Be careful, you're probably gonna go through a few bits doing that, but mission accomplished. So, you need one of these for your sawzall, and you need a sawzall to make this thing work. And you need the thick one, the 6 TPI, which is 6 teeth per inch, the really thick one. You can see I've already tried this to make sure it works. So what you do is you cut this bushing into 4 sections. And right when you hear it make that like metallic metal sound with the sawzall, that's when you stop. You just move on to the next one, and then we're gonna peel it out. But first, let's cut these things so you can see what I'm talking about. There it is, right there. All right, so now that we got our 4 slots cut, we're gonna just start prying on this thing and breaking it loose, and it should just peel right out. So once you get all the rubber bushing, all the big chunks of the rubber bushing out of this, the sleeve of it, what you're gonna wanna do is get yourself a wire wheel set. And with the wire wheel set, you're gonna stick that on the grinder and grind it down to the appropriate size. And just sit on here, let the grinder go, and then you'll have something that looks like this. Because I think this was a 2-inch wire wheel, and now it just barely fits perfectly into this hole. And then once you're done, you're gonna have a nice, pretty cleaned surface to press your new bearing in. Just like that. So, I'll show you real quick on how I do it. Alright, when you're done, you should have something pretty like that to press your new urethane or rubber or your new bushing in. And so, I'm not finished with this side yet. We're gonna get this one done. So before we press these new Pro-Thane bushings into the control arm, what we wanna do is clean them off for one, but the supplied PTFE grease that comes with them, we wanna put a liberal amount of this stuff on both of these, both of the bushings, the housings of the bushings, and then the inserts that go into the bushing. So we wanna get PTF grease all over everything. Start on the outsides, just get a good amount on all of it. This stuff's sticky stuff, so I would definitely wear some gloves to do it. Start to rub it in, and then we'll just keep using it all up. We also want to leave some for the actual bushing housings in the control arm, and we'll get those in a sec and we'll grease those up. But we want to get as much as we can on these things, because if you don't get enough on them, they'll squeak like crazy, and we don't want that. Alright, and we're going to save the rest of this for the bushing housings. All right, so now that we got our control arm back, we're going to put the rest of our grease inside the housing and really get it lubed up. Make sure this is cleaned out all the way since we just got all that rubber bushing out of it. All right, so now that everything is thoroughly lubed up, we can press these new bushings into the housings, and it's very simple to do. You could do it with a C-clamp. It doesn't take much to get these things in. So there's a bigger bushing and a smaller bushing. The bigger bushing goes in the bigger housing, obviously, and the smaller bushing goes into the smaller housing, with the ridges going to the outsides. So see, that one just slid one notch in. This one will slide a little bit in, but now we have to press them in. So there's multiple ways to press this thing in. So on this one, we're just gonna take a piece of wood and this piece of metal, and it's gonna press in with our C-clamp. See how easy this thing just presses in? There's nothing to it. It'll get a little bit harder, really, right at the end. But then there's a certain point where you gotta move that piece of wood. Bada boom, one side is pressed in. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll start with the piece of wood, press it in until we can't press it in anymore, and then put that cup over it from our ball joint press. Gotta get our cup. Alright, and that is pressed all the way in. And just like that, with a C-clamp, it's easy enough to just press right in. So now, we gotta take both of our cups and put these in. And one's a little bit longer than the other one, as you can see. And so the longer one goes into the bigger bushing, and the shorter one goes into the smaller bushing. So, and they're just as easy to push into. So you just get it started. See, you can almost just do it with your hand if you squeeze hard enough. But it is just as easy to press it in with your trusty C-clamp. The other side should be just as easy. Just like that. We got our brand new polyurethane bushings pressed in. It's very simple, very easy. So now we just gotta put it back on the car with the correct torque specs and we'll be good to go. And that is how you replace your lower control arm bushings. It's actually really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the more annoying tasks you gotta do. But you know what? Who wants that shimmy when you're driving down the road? You know, like, just fix it, be done with it, and you know. So if you found value in this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And we're just gonna have more Fox Body stuff, so make sure you subscribe for it. And I will catch you guys on the next video.